It was Trump's first meeting with the foreign leader since returning to office on January 20th. It was meant to showcase close ties between the president and Netanyahu after a period of strained relations between the Prime Minister and Biden over Israel's handling of the Gaza conflict. On the issue of Israel's sovereignty over the West Bank, Donald Trump said he had not taken a position and would be making an announcement on the issue in the coming weeks. Trump has said he hopes to renew an effort toward historic normalization of relations between Israel and Arab power, Saudi Arabia.
With the historic Abraham Accord, something that was really an achievement that was, I think, going to become more and more important because we achieved the most significant Middle East peace agreements in half a century, but the Abraham Accords in particular, and I really believe that many countries will soon be joining this amazing peace and economic development transaction. It really is a big economic development transaction. I think we're going to have a lot of people signing up very quickly. Unfortunately, for 4 years, nobody signed up. Nobody did anything for 4 years except in the negative.
Well, Netanyahu also voiced confidence on Tuesday that he could strike a peace deal with regional rival Saudi Arabia.
I think peace between Israel and Saudi Arabia is not only feasible, I think it's going to happen. I think if we had another half a year in your first term, it would have already happened.
True. Many more, I agree, many more nations.
I think you can't prejudge and pre-guess how we'll achieve it, but I'm committed to achieving it. I know the president is committed to achieving it, and I think the Saudi leadership is interested to achieve it. So we'll give it a good shot, and I think we'll succeed.
Well, reacting to Trump, Saudi Arabia said they will not establish ties with Israel without the establishment of a Palestinian state, reaffirming that the kingdom's stance is firm and unwavering. After meeting Trump, Netanyahu called him greatest friend Israel has ever had. Israel is preparing to send a high-level delegation to the Qatari capital, Doha, to discuss continued implementation of the Gaza ceasefire agreement. Under the terms of the original deal that sealed a 42-day truce and an exchange of hostages for Palestinian prisoners, talks on a second phase, paving the way to a possible end to the war. And for more, we have Amit Mukherjee joining us on this. Well, Amit, after meeting Trump, Netanyahu called him the greatest friend Israel has ever had. And Trump, on the other hand, said that he wants normalization of relations between Israel and Saudi Arabia. Tell us, how will this bonhomie affect the peace process and the region?
Well, Lipakshi, first of all, Benjamin Netanyahu is the first foreign state head to visit the United States after Trump has taken over as the president of the country. So it itself, kind of lays out how serious Trump is about, as far as the West Asia, situation is concerned. Of course, his statement has sent shockwaves across the globe again. The whole focus has now shifted from the tariff war to now Middle East. In fact, he says, now we're going to own Gaza right now. That's what Trump has said, that United States is going to own Gaza. Now he's talking about rehabilitating Palestinians from Gaza into different pockets of the world, of course, Egypt and Jordan. And then he's talking about, the peace agreement that was, through the Abraham Accords. So he means business, but now it's too early to see how the world is reacting to it. Of course, Saudi Arabia, who is again a key player in the entire, West Asia peace process, they have U.S. and Israel both have reached out to them. But again, Saudi Arabia has been putting it very categorically that they are in favor of a two-nation solution, two-state solution as far as West Asia is concerned. So unless and until that happens, they're not going to move forward. But again, that's quite contrary to what Trump has announced right now. He's talking about creating a Riviera of the Middle East in Gaza, which means that Gazans will be taken out of Gaza, Palestinians will be taken out of Gaza, rehabilitated in Jordan and Egypt. Of course, we have to see how Egypt and Jordan reacts to that. But of course, Trump is very hopeful, as he said, that these people have very large hearts and they're going to rehabilitate Palestinians who are displaced from Gaza in order to build, rebuild Gaza. But again, the world, again, we have got also the Australian Prime Minister, he made it again categorically very, very clear that they are also in favor of a two-state solution. So we'll have to really wait to see how things work out. But as far as Israel and US is concerned, they are on the same page. They have acknowledged each other's leadership. And of course, going forward, we'll have to see how this whole plan of making Gaza into a Riviera of the Middle East works out.
Absolutely. Also, Amit, Trump said he would love to make a deal with Iran. How do you see the regional dynamics here shaping up?
That's what I'm saying. You see, I mean, it's just not a knee-jerk reaction, from Trump. While saying that Gazans will be rehabilitated, he also says that he is going to make a deal with Iran. Of course, the rider is, of course, they should not indulge into manufacturing nuclear weapons. And also, one has to see how the dialogue between Egypt and US and Jordan and US works out, to take this plan forward. So as of now, as far as the situation in West Asia is concerned, it's at a very critical stage because the hostages of both, Israel and, the Palestinian prisoners are being released right now under the, temporary ceasefire that has been signed. Of course, Hamas is also involved in it. Hamas has put, expressed faith in the administration, U.S. administration, and they're saying that they are ready with the talks. But again, they have also said that, the announcement which has come from Donald Trump, it is kind of, it's a way to kind of create an unrest or a chaos in the region. So, I mean, multiple conflicting, thoughts and, stances are coming up from different nations and, entities who are involved in this whole West Asia conflict. But one thing is for sure, Trump again made it very, very clear that they are looking at economic development in the region. They are looking at peace. So again, he referred to the Abraham Accord, which of course involves, a lot of countries who are again involved in this conflict, were to get together, and form a long-standing peace solution as far as West Asia is concerned. So it's too early. I mean, Trump has just made his statement a few hours back. And of course, also, interesting to know that Trump has also lifted the sanctions on military weapons, which were slapped on Israel, during Biden's administration. So we'll have to wait and watch how things work out.